Today, I will share with you an extremely interesting and convenient tip. That is, cooking eggs with an air fryer. Instead of having to use a pan of oil or boil water as usual, with this air fryer, you can cook eggs faster, more neatly, while still retaining the fatty, fragrant flavor and beautiful golden color. The method is very simple. The ingredients are very familiar. Just a few fresh chicken eggs are enough. First, I prepare some fresh chicken eggs. Choose the ones with bright shells, not cracked, and still have a thin layer of natural powder. That is a sign of fresh eggs. First tip, we will cook eggs with an air fryer in the simplest way, just like when boiling or steaming eggs normally. First, I prepare a small heat-resistant bowl, then crack 2 fresh chicken eggs into the bowl. Next, I add a little salt and a little pepper to create a light salty taste and a characteristic aroma for the egg dish. Then, use chopsticks or a fork to stir well until the eggs and spices are well blended. When the mixture is even, I put the bowl of eggs in the air fryer, set the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius, and the time is about 10 minutes. During the cooking process, you can hear a light sizzling sound inside the pot. That is when the eggs are gradually cooking. The steam and hot air spread evenly, helping the eggs to puff up slightly and retain moisture inside. When the time is up, I open the pot very carefully. Immediately, the aroma of cooked eggs spreads throughout the kitchen, very pleasant. At this point, the egg surface is light yellow, soft and fluffy, looking extremely attractive. With just an air fryer, without adding oil or water, you have an evenly cooked, fragrant and healthy egg dish. The second tip is to try frying eggs with water, a very interesting way to help the eggs cook evenly while still maintaining the soft, moist texture and beautiful yolk. First, I prepare a clean bowl, then pour in a little filtered water, just enough to lightly cover the bottom of the bowl. This amount of water acts as a natural steaming layer, preventing the eggs from drying out when cooked in the air fryer. Next, I crack an egg into the bowl of water, then use a fork to lightly poke the yolk to help the heat penetrate evenly inside while cooking, so the yolk will be soft, chewy, and not burst. Then, I open the air fryer, gently place the bowl of eggs inside, set the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius, and the time to 15 minutes. During the cooking process, the steam rising from the water in the bowl will help create a humid environment inside the pot, making the eggs cook evenly, not dry on the surface, and have a much softer texture. When the time is up, I open the pot and take the bowl of eggs out. At this point, you will see a little bit of excess water left in the bowl, which is the steam that condenses when the eggs are cooked. I pour that water away, then gently put the eggs on a plate. Finally, I cut the egg in half and can immediately see that the egg white is cooked evenly. The yolk is still slightly viscous, and the bright yellow color is very beautiful. This type of egg dish is soft, smooth, slightly fatty, and extremely easy to eat, suitable for both children and adults. Third tip, I will try frying eggs on a plate in the air fryer. The method is both simple and neat, but the result is extremely beautiful. First, I prepare a round, heat-resistant plate, the right size to fit easily in the air fryer. Then, I pour a little olive oil on the plate, then use a brush to spread the oil evenly around the surface of the plate. This thin layer of oil will help the eggs not stick when cooking and create a very attractive light golden crust on the outside. When the plate is ready, I crack an egg directly onto the plate, keeping the yolk in the middle and the white spreading around, looking very beautiful. Next, I put the plate of eggs in the air fryer, set the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius and the time to 15 minutes. While cooking, you will hear a sizzling sound. That is when the olive oil is evenly cooking the edges of the egg, helping the white to set and keeping the yolk soft and smooth, not dry. When the time is up, I gently open the pot and take the plate of eggs out. The eggs are now lightly golden around the edges. The whites are smooth. The yolks are beautifully soft. The aroma of olive oil mixed with the eggs creates an extremely pleasant feeling. I use a small spoon to separate the eggs from the plate, then place them on a slice of crispy toast. Just like that, I have a quick, nutritious, and very eye-catching breakfast. The last tip, we will try baking eggs combined with tomatoes and milk, a dish that is both delicious, fatty, fragrant, and has an extremely attractive color. First, I prepare a large, heat-resistant bowl, then crack 2 chicken eggs inside. Next, I cut the tomatoes into small pieces and put them directly into the bowl of eggs. The tomato juice and flesh will help the eggs become softer and more moist when baked, while also giving them a light sweet and sour taste that is very easy to eat. Then, I add a little salt, a little pepper, some chopped green onions, and 2 tablespoons of fresh milk. The milk will help the egg yolk become richer and smoother, while the green onions and pepper create a gentle aroma, bringing out the natural flavor of the eggs. Once all the ingredients are added, I use chopsticks or a fork to stir well until everything is blended together. When the mixture is well mixed, I put the bowl in the air fryer. Set the temperature to 180 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes. After this time, the surface of the egg begins to set, but the inside is still a bit runny. So I take the bowl out, use a spoon to gently stir the egg mixture again, so that the unevenly cooked egg in the middle is mixed on top. Then, I put the bowl of eggs back in the air fryer and bake for another 15 minutes at the same temperature. When the time is up, I open the pot. Immediately, the rich aroma of milk mixed with the aroma of eggs and tomatoes spread throughout the kitchen. The egg is now evenly cooked. The surface is slightly puffed and has a beautiful orange-yellow color. When scooped out, you will feel the softness, fat, and slight moisture. Eating it with rice or bread is wonderful. This is definitely one of the simplest and most delicious baked egg dishes you can make with an air fryer. So with just an air fryer, we can prepare many different egg dishes. From fried eggs, steamed eggs, to baked eggs with milk and tomatoes. The method is simple. The ingredients are easy to find, but the taste is delicious, soft, and surprisingly fatty. If you find this video useful, don't forget to like, share with your friends, and subscribe to the channel so I have more motivation to share more good and easy-to-make cooking tips at home.